Iran. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken just said,
I'm not going to speak to that, except to say that the United States has not been involved in any offensive operations.
Blinken also condemned Iran's weekend barrage of missiles and drones that mostly failed or were shot down. As for Israel's response, Fox's Jeff Paul reports from Tel Aviv it was in central Iran.
Near the Natanz nuclear facility. Now, we should point out the site was not hit in the strike, and it appeared that a nearby airbase was the target. Iranian state media so far really downplaying this strike. They've reported the explosions were from the Iranian air defense system.
A statement of G7 nations just out is calling on Israel and Iran and its proxies to prevent further escalation. Police in New York City made more than 100 arrests, breaking up an anti-Israel protest.
Protesters against the violence in Gaza had set up an encampment on the New York campus of Columbia. And after 30 hours, the school's president contacted NYPD and asked them to clear it out. The daughter of Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar was arrested in connection with the protest at Columbia.
Fox's Jill Nato. Former President Trump will soon return to court in New York, where a jury has been selected. They'll try today to choose the last 5 alternates in a criminal case he calls political persecution.
You got a DA that's out of control. You have a judge that's highly conflicted. The whole thing is a mess.
He's charged with falsifying records and 2016 payments to keep an alleged affair quiet. There's a new Fox poll in states in a Trump-Biden rematch, a tie in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin.
In Michigan, former President Trump leads President Biden 49-46. The poll finding former President Trump's advantage is mostly due to a 19-point lead with men. Independents favor him as well by 4 points, though President Biden is favored with suburban women by over 20 points. In Georgia, former President Trump leads by 6 points.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to gawon'twait.com.
Hours before Israel's counterattack hitting Iran, the UN took up the cause of Palestinians as Israel's war keeps raging in Gaza.
The United States voted against a Palestinian state's admission to the UN. As one of the UN Security Council's permanent members, the U.S. no vote blocks consideration by the General Assembly. U.S. alternate representative to the UN, Robert Wood, says the U.S. won't support unilateral measures against a two-state solution, which include...
Gaza cannot be a platform for terrorism. There should be no Israeli reoccupation of Gaza, and the size of Gaza's territory should not be reduced.
A Palestinian representative says the resolution would have given his people hope and an opportunity for peace in the region. In New York City, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down, so the selling could continue for the S&P 500, which has dropped 5 days in a row and is on pace for its worst week of the year. However, the Dow rose 22 points yesterday. This is a big day for Swifties.
I was supposed to be sent away, but
that is the new song Fortnight, the opening track to her new album that just dropped today.
The Tortured Poets Department is Taylor Swift's 11th album, and it includes 16 tracks plus a different bonus track on 4 versions of the album, so it's a mixed bag of goodies for Swifties. At different stops of her Eras tour, she announced the titles of those bonus tracks, which include The Manuscript, The Bolter, The Albatross, and The Black Dog. Post Malone and Florence and the Machine are 2 contributors on the album. Fans speculate the album is about Swift's 6-year relationship to English actor Joe Alwyn. Both stars kept the relationship out of the public eye. The back of the first version of the album reads, "I love you, it's ruining my life."
That's Michelle Polino. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Former substitute teacher at Decatur Public Schools accused of having inappropriate relations with a minor, Allie Bardfield, charged with criminal sexual assault of a child. She was arrested after the victim's mother reporting the incident to police. Records say Bardfield and the minor exchanging text messages after the child spent the night at her former Mount Zion home in March 29. Illinois lawmakers are advancing a plan designed to improve network adequacy standards for health insurance companies. State reps passing a measure that will require insurance companies to notify patients of the anticipated date healthcare providers leave their network. Legislation also calls on insurers to provide contact information for patients to dispute inaccurate charges. Decades-old decision, one step closer to having an outcome in Champaign County. Wednesday, Savoy Board of Trustees approved an agreement giving the village more than $860,000 in county funds. Village officials want to use the money to convert the train crossing at Curtis Road and Dunlap Avenue into a viaduct so cars can pass under the tracks. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
And good morning. It is Friday as we launch the weekend. This is April 19. Nice and cool this morning.
Yeah.
Our meteorologist is Greg Solier, brought to you by State Farm Insurance and Kurt Lenschow. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. And so's our meteorologist, Greg Solier. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning there, Mr. J and Ms. Ducey.
It was blowing around pretty.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we got much rain in Champaign-Urbana, though.
No, we did not. And the brunt of it all was really just west and south of us, McLean County, Bloomington, Normal, down to not too far north and east of about Lake Shelbyville. There were several reports of hail and some damaging wind and some quick downpours there. But most of the gauges in our general neck of the woods were in fairly good order around here, as expected, and we'll probably and continue on for that matter into this drier, a little more seasonal setup on moisture into next week. A little on the cool side. And following week, big warm-up is slated, and again, some hit-and-miss shower prospects, so we think now more even-keeled and moisture, better windows of opportunity, and warming air and soil temperatures here in the next 10 to 15 days. So some good news with the agribusiness folks certainly in mind across the area. Out the door this morning, it's a kind of a more typical April feel as opposed to 50s and 60s of late. 43 Willard and Savoy, 45 Danville, 42 at Rantoul, to 47 at St. Louis, to 42 back up at Kankakee. Forecast for the day today, kind of a partly sunny, breezy, coolish day's worth of weather. Should be about 64, 65 this time of the year. Just 58 today with a northwest breeze, 12 to 24 and gusty. Skies will turn partly sunny as the later morning and afternoon wears on. Cloudiness for tonight in spots, low down to 39. Partly cloudy, cool for the day tomorrow. Temperatures better than 10 shy of normal at 53. That sets the stage for a fair, colder, and frosty night in some spots. Late tomorrow night, low down to 36. And a frost patch here Sunday morning, mostly sunny, 57. In the 60s, Monday, Tuesday, late Monday into Tuesday, a couple of rain showers around. Will cool to near 60, but dry weather Wednesday, Thursday, good part of Friday. And again, a warm-up slated for next weekend and a couple of showers as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Off and running, April 19. Good to have you listening. Former Special Assistant to President Donald Trump, America First Policy Institute, Chief Communications Director. His name is Mark Lauder. Mark, how are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Well, fine. Overnight, Israel retaliated on Iran, if you're just waking up. Hit some military sites. I thought it was more of a message to say, de-escalate, or we can hit you anywhere, anytime, and you don't want that. What was your take on it?
Yeah, I think it was obviously a very calculated, very targeted strike, but it did send a very real message to the Iranians that, we can target you at will. And, Iran is the leading sponsor of terror in the world, and it's mostly directed at Israel. And it's whether it's Iranian proper, whether it is through their proxy groups. And what they did, from what these early indications are, is that they targeted both Iran itself, but also their proxy groups and other organizations in the Middle East to basically send a very strong message that you're not ready to handle a conflict with Israel, but we're ready to handle it with you if you don't stop it.
And the response, Iran's downplaying, of course, and all of that. I've just wondered how many of the people of Iran back the regime, like 10%, maybe. I mean, they're kind of being held hostage by the mullahs, aren't they?
Absolutely, and we've seen it so many times over the years, in the last decade or so, that the Iranian people are ready to basically reclaim the greatness of that country that they enjoyed, more than 50, 60, 70 years ago. I mean, it was such a rich culture, rich society, both obviously in terms of finances, but also their contributions to world culture, to history, and it's been hijacked by radical Islamic terrorists. Who have struck the U.S., they've struck our allies, they've created havoc in the Middle East, and at some point the world, and including the Iranian people, have got to say enough is enough. They are suffering under the economic weight of sanctions, under the weight of the mismanagement of their government, and but is it strong enough to topple that horrible regime and restore the Iran that was really a beacon of success? I mean, it's sad when you think about it. You look at countries like Venezuela, look at countries like Iran, even Cuba, that were once bustling and thriving and contributors on the world stage, and yet these leftist, far left groups have taken over and have turned these countries basically, into third world nations, isolated, impoverished, and now, obviously, exporters of terror in the Middle East and around the world.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think Iran is Iraq, right? Iraq wasn't ready, I don't think, for what happened after Saddam Hussein, but certainly Iran's heritage. But it's been a while. It's been since 1979, right? I mean, it's been a while since Iran had much going on over there.
No, it's been a long time, and it's unfortunate, but that's but sometimes you have to make those mistakes. I mean, take a look at what's going on in our own country right now. It's like, okay, well, you're living with the mistakes that you made. When you look at the border, you look at the crime, you look at the inflation, you look at the gas prices and grocery prices. Well, this is what the American people decided they wanted. Now they've decided they don't like it anymore. We have the opportunity to take it back. They don't as easily. But hopefully, when you see things like this, when you see these kinds of attacks, just how weak these regimes are, that it's really time for the people to stand up and say, you know what, we deserve better, we want better, we want the change that, Americans can make at the ballot box, but we need to make the similar kinds of changes in our own country so we can start enjoying the great things about, that we have in our culture and our region, and that they're a very rich nation in terms of natural resources, but have basically turned that against freedom, against the Middle East, against their neighbors, and at some point they have to say enough is enough.
Mark Lauder on the Tapman's Towing phone line, former special assistant to President Trump, now with America's First Policy Institute. I mean, here in our country, we've always had people that have been disparaging America's the bad guy. Is the number growing? Because it does feel, or are they just getting media attention and everybody's on their phone?
Well, I think it's outsized media attention because I do think it's a very small minority. When you look at social media, when you look at the mainstream legacy media outlets, you see the protests of the pro-Hamas, pro-terrorism groups that have taken control of the Democrat Party. But when you look at the polling, it's a very small percentage. The vast majority of Americans support Israel, but you don't see that when you look, because the radical woke, the squad, and those folks have taken over. They're shutting down airports in Chicago, the Golden Gate Bridge. They're blocking traffic in New York and Washington, D.C., and that's not the vast majority of the American people, but when you look at the mainstream media, you'd think that's commonplace.
Yep,
and when you look at Joe Biden's policies, you think that that's commonplace because he's more aligned with them than he is the vast majority of Americans who support Israel.
I don't think I've asked you this question. Maybe you know. Who's running this? Who's pulling the strings? Who's having a way more formidable impression on my country? It's not Joe Biden. So who is it?
I do think he's basically held hostage by his radical left because he's got a very small. I remember that old game of The Price is Right when you had the little red bar that you had to move to the price range that you thought the thing was.
Yeah.
Well, that red bar is Joe Biden's very slim level of support, most unpopular president in 70 years, and so every time he tries to move that bar to the left, well, people in the middle leave him.
Yep.
Every time he tries to move it to the middle, people on the left leave him. And he's got a very narrow window there, and he's trying to thread that needle, not doing it very well. He's actually costing himself both sides. But that just shows you how weakened he is, because he can't afford to lose any voters, let alone large swaths of voters. And so he's basically a hostage to his own incompetence.
Last question. Who should Donald Trump pick as a vice presidential candidate?
Boy, I wrote an op-ed on that recently, and it basically says that vice presidential candidates from both parties are one of four groups. You're either doing it for demographics, geographics, a specific policy area that you need help with, or you do it to unite the party. Well, he doesn't need policy. Geographic could be. He could take someone from a key state or a key region. I have a feeling when you see that he's surging with support among black voters and Hispanic and Latino voters, and you see people in the suburbs who are saying, I'm sick and tired of the gas, the groceries, the crime, the illegal immigration. So I think he adds someone, I don't know who that person is, but who can help bring support. Because at the end of the day, you don't vote for the vice president. The vice president may make it okay for you that you feel more comfortable, but ultimately you're still voting for the president of the United States. So I would think that he's probably going to go somewhere where you're adding voters that he wants, that are already making that move, whether they're black voters, whether they're Hispanic voters, the suburban moms who've said, I can't deal with this anymore. I can't even question things that are being taught to my kids at school without being labeled a terrorist. And I think you bring that group back with that kind of a.
But you're not dropping me any names, right?
No, I'm not dropping you any names. I mean, I think the names that are out there are the names that we all hear. Whether it's Tim Scott, a Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem, an Elise Stefanik, someone along those lines. Probably is where he's going, but you don't know. It could be a governor. It could be a Lee Zeldin in New York, also an American Jewish person. Who could be the first Jewish vice president. There's a number of ways he could go, but I have a feeling whomever he picks, we're going to support that person. And the key is we've got to get people back to going, you know what? We can do better than this. We were doing better than this. I wasn't having a problem paying my bills when Joe Biden or when Donald Trump was in office. Boy, I can't hardly keep up right now.
Hey, Mark, how can people connect with America First Policy Institute?
Go to AmericaFirstPolicy.com. You can find all the work that we're doing to prepare for that next America First president and administration. You can follow me at Mark with a C_Lauder on all the social media things. Hey,
always a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you.
You bet. MARC, Mark Lauder, LOTTER, America First Policy Institute. ESPN 93.5, Cubs rained out, Cardinals were off, so baseball again coming tonight.
Well, an orange and blue Super Saturday, men's golf at Atkins. We've got the spring game at 1 at Memorial Stadium, and baseball against Northwestern at 4.
Yeah, lots going on campus for sure. You just walk around all day and catch it all.
Sounds great.
Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District. Has Earth Day tomorrow.
They do, and from 1 to 4, hit Crystal Lake Park in Urbana, because there's free events with music and food and lots of ways to go green. Again, urbanaparks.org.
And we have a Stever standby. We'll announce that coming up. Give you a chance to win something you probably need. You might. Stand by. We'll tell you all about that next. It's Friday, April 19. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity, and a coolish spell of weather ahead for the weekend, but largely, if not completely, dry weather coming off the scattering of shower and thunderstorm activity. Yeah, got a little vigorous west and south of Champaign and Champaign County yesterday, late afternoon and into the evening hours. None of that foreseen anytime soon again. Partly sunny skies up to 58 this afternoon with a northwest breeze 12 to 24 and gusty. Considerable cloudiness for tonight down to 39. Northwesterly winds continue on. And another partly cloudy, cool day's worth of weather tomorrow. Northwesterly breezes, highs just to about 53 degrees. That's better than 10 below average. Some patchy frost late tomorrow night, low down to 36. And some patchy frost start the day off on Sunday, mostly sunny, 57. Will moderate to 65 on Monday. Maybe a couple of showers around late Monday night and Tuesday at 64. Dry weather Wednesday, Thursday, good part of Friday. Highs upper 50s Wednesday, low to mid 60s Thursday and Friday, and a chance for rain again late next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Your Fox Business Minute coming up next. It's coming up on 720.
Accumulation, preservation, generation. At Busey Bank, these are the principles we use to build meaningful financial partnerships with our clients and their families. With sound advice and vast resources, partner with Busey for a personalized approach to your legacy. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stock futures are losing ground. Crude oil prices are higher after Israel's limited retaliatory strikes against Iran. American Express shares are higher after its earnings easily top forecasts, and cardholders are still spending. Procter & Gamble is reporting a mixed quarter earnings top forecast, though revenue was disappointing. The maker of Pampers and Tide says sales volume increased. P&G also is raising its dividend. Tesla is recalling more than 3,800 Cybertrucks for an issue with the accelerator pedal. Unlike other recalls, which can be fixed with a software update, this issue needs a physical repair. Tesla says the pedal could dislodge and become trapped by the interior trim. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Interesting people are talking to Will Kane.
I said, what do I call you? I call you Dwayne. I call you The Rock. He said, now that I own it, I can call you The Rock.
Yes, I own it now. You can call me The Rock.
Our next guest needs no introduction. It is Dr. Jordan Peters, my old friend and frenemy, Stephen A. Smith.
What is going on here? I see the Will Kane Show in the background. I see the microphone.
Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com. And get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. There's no better time to update your home, and here's a big plus. It's all for less at the Karastan Rebate Plus event. Through Sunday only, save on beautiful Karastan carpets and floors with rebates up to $1,000. Save on Karastan's luxurious carpets and durable luxury vinyl. Karastan Luxcraft is designed with long-lasting materials that resist water, scratches, and dents. Plus, get a bonus free labor credit on every carpet and floor. For every 100 square feet of flooring material purchased, receive a $50 instant labor credit. Plus, get instant rebates on all furniture, rugs, and accessories. Save $250 on every 1,000 you spend. And buy it all with free financing for 3 years. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Through Sunday only, the Karastan Rebate Plus event at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Come home to Carpet Weaver's.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switched to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balance is required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
We have a Stever. It's from one of our really, really good, wonderful places called Interstate Batteries.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've not had a new car battery, truck, van battery in 4 years, Interstate says you need one. They're outrageously dependable. Mark Martinez does an outstanding job. His surveys on our Stever program are just wonderful.
Yeah.
And he's the place to go. And sometimes you go and you buy wherever you buy your batteries. Sometimes they've been on the shelf for a while. You always check the date.
Yeah.
Interstate Batteries, I'll buy you a car battery truck or van, it's a $150 voucher, which gets you a very nice battery.
And if you're in an older vehicle, you really have no clue about, the battery life, or maybe you just inherited some secondhand car, you can have them put on their apparatus and test and make sure that, you're getting what you need at 2504 North Madison, Champaign.
All right. Again, if you are interested in the offer, it's a free battery. It is at text in battery to 217-359-2255, or in 5 minutes, it'll be up at GoStever.com.
Awesome.
GoStever.com for Interstate Batteries.
If you haven't won this before. And they're a place for all kinds of different batteries, too. Even a hearing aid battery or a cell phone or, all these kind of odd items. Of course, if you have a golf cart, too, they can take care of you at Interstate Batteries.
All right, so some news, sports news. Dre Brown will be director of player personnel.
Yes.
I think Dre is a former Illini.
He's a running back.
Former running back and just an outstanding human being. He and his lovely wife are coming back. He left Illinois, went to Notre Dame, was doing some great work for the Irish, and now has come back to Illinois. So I'm excited about Dre Brown. We know him pretty well, and he'll be great. And he was the guy that, if you remember, he had a lot of injuries with his knees and just fought back. And then if you remember, a number of years ago, we beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin was ranked number 6. And what's the guy's name? The running back for the Colts now, Taylor, was a running back. Anyway, we beat them on a last-second field goal where the pile up on the field goal kicker caused him to lose consciousness.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, Dre made a run around the right end, and he just wouldn't go down. And it was a remarkable, like a 15, 20-yard run that set us up for that field goal. But Dre Brown is back as an Illini football coaching assistant.
Director of player personnel.
Yeah.
That was announced yesterday about his returning to his roots, and he and his wife, Lindsay, are very excited to be part of the family.
Well, I remember when they were dating. I remember Lindsay and Dre, just great couple, great people. All right, so other news, will Orlando Antigua come back to Illinois as an assistant basketball coach? He was with Cal, John Calipari, who went to Arkansas. Chin was with us as well, and both Orlando and Chin went down with Calipari to Lexington, and Chin's down in Arkansas. We thought that Orlando was going, but no. Is he staying with the Kentucky Wild? No. So here's a high-level, I recruited Kofi Coburn, Andre Felice, Andre Curbelo. Remember Andre Curbelo was a freshman? He was all-world.
Yeah.
I think it timed out when Orlando left. Andre's game kind of left.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think there's a relationship there. Anyway, Orlando Antigua, could he be coming back? Yeah. I'm hearing strong rumors. And if that happens, he can bring Boogie Fland, Janelle Bland.
Okay.
Look him up. When was the last time Illinois had a Boogie Fland? Based on what I've done this morning, never. He's 6'2", and he's a one and done.
Is that right?
He might be better than Io now.
Oh my goodness.
No, he's a
5-star recruit.
No, he's the best. He's 18 in the country, but I'm surprised, seriously, based on the reel I saw.
Yeah.
I guess you need a year just
His
to kind of.
real name is John Ewell. I was like
John L. Maybe John Ewell. They call him Boogie. They call him Boogie Fland.
I mean, we can remember that.
But anyway, would Orlando? I think he recruited Boogie Fland. Anyway, it could be a connection there. So the bottom line is, if we get Orlando Antigua, he has connections everywhere, and he could maybe bring in a couple more of the portal guys. And we've already done well, so maybe it gets better, and we'll see. I think if something happens, I think it's in the next few days.
Okay.
We'll see. Brother Johnny's jumping on. He's our Friday regular. We formerly had Johnny on with Coach Mike Ditka.
Yes.
Coach is not in great health. We miss him. But we'll be right back with that. It's Friday, April 19, ESPN 93.5. It's coming up on 7:29. Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he has a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
BMW, Buick, GMC, Honda, and Subaru. Welcome to Sarah Champagne. We can handle all your car repairs on site, including paintless dent repair, bumpers, windshields, everything in between. We have an amazing selection of new or pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Shop from home and buy online or reserve your vehicle before it hits our website or dealership. Sarah Champagne is home of the Sarah One Price Promise, delivering an honest and transparent buying experience. Hurry in or shop online at sarahchampagne.com.
The average American throws away almost 5 pounds of trash per day, half which ends up in a landfill. At 2 Men and a Junk Truck, when we pick up your unwanted furniture, appliances, trash, and office equipment, we make it a priority to divert those items from your local landfill. 2 Men and a Junk Truck looking for partners that share our vision of environmental responsibility. If you and your organization can reuse, upcycle, recycle some of these items, we would love to work with you. Contact us at 2menandajuncktruck.com. We want to make room for what matters most.
Israel's limited military response to Iran's drone and missile attack last weekend targets an air base in central Iran. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the United States was not involved in any offensive operation.
We're committed to Israel's security. We're also committed to de-escalating, to trying to bring this tension to a close.
Fox confirms the Biden administration was notified before the strike. A package of foreign military aid bills advances through the House Rules Committee.
A series of Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan aid bills could be voted on separately by this weekend. That would total $95 billion if all are passed, with some Republicans pushing to kill a procedural vote known as the rule to keep it from even making it to the floor. Democrats are thinking about stepping in.
Fox's Ryan Smells in Washington. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Ramps to and from westbound I-74 at University Avenue and Route 150 in Urbana closed. Those closures necessary for rehabilitation of the University Avenue ramp bridge over I-74. Project will reduce westbound I-74 to one lane. At the interchange, work expected to last until August. Illinois State Police reminding teens statewide to celebrate prom and the upcoming graduation season responsibly. Last year, the Department of Transportation reporting over 840 high school-age teens injured in crashes during the prom and graduation season between April 16th to May 31st. A decades-old decision, a step closer to having an outcome in Champaign County. Wednesday, Savoy Board of Trustees approved an agreement giving the village more than $860,000 in county funds. They want to use the money to convert the train crossing at Curtis Road and Dunlap Avenue into a viaduct so cars can pass under the tracks. That means long waits for the trains could be over. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. We check weather brought to you by Carl.
Reminding you to monitor your skin. If you notice any changes, you can reach out at carl.org/skin cancer.
Weather overnight, not a lot of rain, but boy, was it blown around.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for you. Central Illinois, Champaign vicinity. Yeah, things a little on the active and roughed up side, severe weather side of the ledger. Yesterday, late afternoon and evening time, especially west towards McLean County and south of Champaign County, Lake Shelbyville area, but none of that expected around here for the weekend. Cool weather expected by and large, and a couple of smaller rain chances due in for early and late next week. No rain today. Partly sunny skies develop 58 for the stiff northwesterly breeze. Cloudiness lingers tonight down to 39. Tomorrow partly cloudy, cool, and 53. Average high this time of the year, by the way, at about 65. Northwest wind 12 to 22 and gusty. Frost patch tomorrow night late, low down to 36. And some patchy frost here early in the day. Sunday, mostly sunny, 57. We'll jump into the mid-60s Monday and Tuesday, late Monday into Tuesday. A couple of showers around. Back to cooler weather with upper 50s and lower 60s Wednesday and Thursday. Another small chance of rain for late next week with temperatures, again, seasonal and lower in mid-60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Greg Solier.
All right, again, if you want to get a interstate battery, it's now at GoStever.com, GoStever.com, and you can get a new battery from me, and I'll buy it. GoStever.com to enter ESPN 93.5, where it is Friday. Brother Johnny jumps on from New Orleans. We're talking Illinois basketball. We got 4 new players in the portal.
Hey.
And I think feels like we got a little more athletic. Mm-hmm. And there's a kid who I just learned about this morning because I was looking up John Calipari at Kentucky, who took the Arkansas job, but Orlando Antigua is unemployed, and he's one of the assistants we had that recruited Kofi Coburn, among others.
Yep.
And he's available, I think, And if it'll take a lot of money to bring an assistant like that here, but Josh Whitman, I'm sure, can get it done if he wants to. We'll see what happens with that news, because that could. I looked up a guy named Boogie Fland, John L. or Johnual or something, Fland, Fland, and he's a 5-star guard, Johnny. And I looked at his reel this morning. I'm going, maybe 1 year here, but I don't think any more than 1 year here, because he looks like an NBA player to me.
Right, he is cut and fit.
But Johnny, Allen Iverson. No, he's bigger than Allen Iverson. He's 6'2", but unbelievable. I mean, he's got.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
No, I want to go back to that Elite Eight, maybe the Final Four.
Yeah, that's
there we go.
Yeah, once you do one of those, you kind of want to do more, and but it's kind of fun, because with the Elite Eight run, obviously we're higher visibility, and I think we're obviously getting a lot of people interested in us, which is
that's
fun.
great.
Yeah,
I like it. Brad's got to get to work, man. He can't rest on his laurels.
Well, in our football game, we got the spring game tomorrow at 1.
Johnny started a spring game. He started a spring football game at the University of Illinois.
Okay, then.
You remember that?
Yeah. As W would say, that information is accurate. So.
Okay, then.
You started a spring football game, Brother Johnny, at wide receiver for the University of Illinois.
Well, part of the 100th anniversary.
Just because, and it was great. I had earned that spot because I was the best available. There were 9 receivers on some sort of injury deal, and they didn't want.
Well,
now that doesn't take anything away from my 2 receptions. So
yeah, he caught 2 balls. Come on, man. Come on, man. No, that's awesome. Well, when I first became a general manager, I was the 8th choice.
Okay.
So you walk humbly with your God. Who cares? I don't care.
Exactly.
Whatever.
I got the tap.
That's
All
exactly
good.
right. Anyway, Brother Johnny, New Orleans. Overnight, Israel hit some military installations in Iran. Didn't do much. Send a message saying, you want to play? I can go anywhere I want, anytime I want. And militarily, way more powerful than Iran. They're downplaying it, of course, but I think the goal was to de-escalate, which I'm all for. But yeah, so that's news overnight while you slept.
Well, it's also they had to do something, and everybody was worried about what that was going to be. So, if Iran just cools their jets, we go on.
Yeah, go on, and nothing much changes. They want Israel gone. Is essentially their goal. But
that's the thing.
And there's we've had these crazy protests and things, just flat out, we hate the Jews. We've never been that forward about this, have we, in the modern time?
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot of people, but it's more than I would have expected. And, of course, for some reason, our media loves that. They just want to just stir that up and get everybody let's get yelling at each other over that. It's never ending.
Well, as an example of numbers, they arrested people in New York, 108. Okay. So there's 7.5 billion people on Earth.
Well, and again, you see all the footage of what's happening on the bridges and things like that and blocking traffic, which I heard this morning that they're going to offer some of these drivers reparations. And who pays for that?
Offer who?
The people that were on the bridge because they were held up in traffic because of the protest.
Johnny, this leads into this. This is another thing. Where are we in America when a protester blocks the Golden Gate Bridge, cements himself with a chain on a car? He cements himself on a chain and is holding a rod, a pole, that they have to cut off with some incredible machine. And the police officer's being unbelievable. He's going, okay, let go of the bar. Let go of the bar. He's going, no, my hand hurts. My arm hurts. My arm hurts. And so what you see forward in this day we're living in, they'll sue the police department, get some sort of settlement. I mean, come on.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, that's on us. If we're going to get to that point, that's because we've deliberately capitulated on any principle or character we might have once had. Right. I mean, I wouldn't even hold it against the idiot who did that. It's like he should just be
highly reprimanded, prosecuted, and do whatever
Right.
that would
There's the Ditka
require.
statement: you get what you tolerate.
Get what you tolerate.
Yeah.
Great Mike Ditka.
Yep.
Get what, and when we tolerate that, I mean, a guy 15 years ago, police officer in Chicago, told me no one will chase anybody anymore because we'll tackle them, they'll hurt their shoulder, they'll sue the city, and the city will settle. And that's that. It's it's just
you can't enforce the law with those kind of restrictions, and of course people will push till they get stopped. Some, the bad guys especially, and so if you don't stop them, they'll push further and further. That's why we're having pretty high crime levels right now.
Yeah.
And so that won't get any better unless we change what we're doing.
We had a text in about Riley Gaines speaking on the University of Illinois campus yesterday. Did you have an opportunity to talk with her yesterday?
I did not.
Okay.
You know what happened is we were going to talk to Riley Gaines, Johnny, and they were communicating with me.
She was the
swimmer that lost to Leah Thomas.
Oh, no, I know all
Okay,
about it.
all right. So they sent me back and forth, and then they sent a form of saying, here's how you introduce her. Here's how it went to spam. The form went to spam. I responded back to them. I said, you've got to respond to the form. You lost your window.
Oh.
So I said, okay.
Oh, it wasn't really their form?
It was a form. Yes, it was their form, but it kicked into my spam because it was a form.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I didn't see the form, and once I saw it, I said, I'm good to go. Give me another time. Nothing. So it's okay. I was just going to say,
I wonder how it went yesterday for her.
Well, you can talk to her on the phone from wherever she is.
Right.
So maybe just get her on. She'd be interesting to talk to because she won. For someone who doesn't know who she is, she won the women's championship in her swim stroke, which I forget what it was. But the guy who was the 464th ranked man became a woman and broke every record in the book. And she actually tied him. That's what really frustrates me, is he didn't even beat her. And you know how the swim goes to the 100th of a second?
Yep.
Well, they tied. And he was awarded the trophy. And they told her, well, we need the photo ops and everything else, and we only have one trophy. And then, this is what gets me, and I've said it before, but he goes into the girls' locker room afterwards, the winner, the champ, and all the girls have to pretend he's a girl.
It's Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson? Thomas.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I think it was at Penn, and that was it for her. That was humiliating. First of all, losing the trophy, but humiliating with this guy in the locker room.
No, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable what we're doing.
And by the way, she'll point out that he didn't look like a girl in the locker room, if you know what I mean.
Man.
So it's like, what?
Yeah.
What is that?
No,
that is beyond the pale. And I should think we would hear more pushback from the Republican side on stuff like that, because it's so egregious, and it's so. How many people would probably agree the guys should stay off the girls' team? Probably.
But we don't.
85%?
I don't have a problem if you have a transgender heat. I don't care if they swim with the same.
Just your own category.
Yeah, have your own area. That's fine with me. But you can't take. I'm taken back by the 55-year effort we've had for Title IX to promote women's sports, and then all of a sudden.
No, and it's getting pushed back. Caitlin Clark had a lot to do with that being slowed. And it's all based on the fundamentally incorrect premise that a guy could be a girl. It's just a matter of choice. That isn't true.
No.
And there are certain physical attributes men have that give them an advantage over women. And
I thought we were going by. I thought we were going
fight.
by the science. No, I guess not. So
well, depends. Depends, I guess.
On it, yeah. Right. Okay, it's Brother Johnny on the Tammons Towing phone line from New Orleans this morning on ESPN 93.5. It's 7:43. We have our, as mentioned, spring football game tomorrow. We got baseball. We got golf. Golf's here. Mike Small's golf team is at the University of Illinois Atkins Club.
Yes.
It's that's great.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see our team.
Creek. Yeah.
Man, they're good. Johnny, Scotty Scheffler, the Masters, and just an amazing human. I mean, the guy is a really, really good. He's a strong faith, and he talked to his wife who's about to have their first baby before the final day, fourth day, and his wife said, "Doesn't matter if you win, Doesn't matter if you lose, you're good. And it's that peace.
Yep.
That's the peace we're talking about with our Christian faith.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, he sure makes it look easy. I might go have to try it again.
there was a bunch of golfers on the driving range trying to do his footwork. It was like, if you saw his footwork, Scotty Scheffler, the greatest golfer in the world right now, his footwork is something you see on the range and said, okay, let's try something, because that's not going to work. Believe me, your footwork is a disaster. Let's go to work on it. Okay. And, all through his he has a coach he picked up when he was like 7 years old, same coach for 20 years, and he didn't change him, because no coach would look at those feet and say, we got to be more stable. It's amazing. It's kind of the Bubba Watson look when he swings a little bit.
Well, how about Jim Furyk's swing? So
oh man,
it's really there's a certain general, I think, group of things to do that are right, but all you have to do is the same thing over and over. No matter what you're doing, if you can repeat it, then you got something, because you can just keep doing that. That's real hard to do.
Well, and one of the great quotes of Brother Johnny is that you have the snowflake swing.
That's correct. No two alike.
Okay, gotcha.
No two alike. That's exactly right. It's just what we all struggle with sometimes. Okay, well, it's a dizzying time here with all the world events and everything going on. The election, Donald Trump stuck in courtrooms for the foreseeable future. And he went to this bodega the other day, and there was crowd chanting 4 more years in
New York,
deep blue, deep blue, 4 more years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he felt a little taken back. I think he was a little surprised by all that. Then they flash over to Joe Biden. He also goes to a fast food place when Donald Trump would do Chick-fil-A, everybody was hugging him. And Donald Trump goes in, Joe Biden goes in, and his handler saying, "Stay back, stay back, stay back."
Okay.
Well, we've seen that before. We'll just see how it shakes out. And I honestly don't think Trump not being on the trail hurts him as much as it would anyone else.
Yeah, true.
Because he's just there, and they just they keep trying to stomp him down to get rid of him. He's in the news, Steve. He may be in court, but he's in the news
every day. Legitimately, does he have 100% name and I'd say face recognition? Does everybody know who the guy is, or at least have seen him before?
Mm-hmm.
No, not 100%.
You don't think?
You can't have 100%.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, well, there's just no such thing as 100%. There's somebody.
But he's as high as a man in the world could be known. He's number one, is he not?
Well, in the world, there's nowhere near 100. But
in the world,
America,
he's the most visible. But he's the most visible man in the world for.
Yeah.
Okay. And who would be the number one woman?
Well, Taylor Swift. And last night was Fortnite was released, and all this hubbub about her new material.
Would Taylor Swift be the number one most recognized female in the world?
I mean, it's only guessing, but she's got to be up there. Who else can compete with her?
I know.
Believe it or not, Hillary Clinton's pretty well known around.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But Taylor right now is the current rage, and I'm sure her name recognition is just through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it really doesn't mean anything, Steve. Go back to what does, and that is your face.
Yeah,
so
that's right. That's
just focus on that.
Last thing, I had a weird flash of thought last night, and I was.
This could be bad.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
I was not a Bill and Hillary Clinton fan, but would Hillary have been better than Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Oh my!
I believe so.
Oh my! I see. That's why it came to my.
Yeah, because Barack Obama was a pretty efficient and very effective in what he wanted to do, and what he wanted to do was pretty progressive. And Hillary was maybe as progressive, but much more political. She wanted to be liked more, and was probably not going to get as much through as Barack Obama did. That'd be. You can always look back and take it again.
The beginning of a whole bunch of crazy started, I think, with Barack Obama. So.
Well, he just got a lot done that was the progressive, checklist. But and I disagree with a lot of it. and it's made this world a little bit different, and I think less safe. So I just don't think his policies were what we wanted to do.
Well, when he said change is coming
like
from
Obamacare, Obamacare, we're turning into a nation of health. I think we're all going to end up with a little hut by a healthcare operation somewhere.
Yeah.
There's nothing but healthcare places going up.
Yeah.
And that's from money pouring in from the new regime, which really had the effect of driving premiums, which were supposed to reduce $2,500 a year, which they told us later, well, we had to say that or it wouldn't have passed. And I think it's up $10,000 a year on average on premiums for insurance. So the money's just going to health care. And then the baby boomers are getting older, so there is more of a need. But I thought that Obamacare bill was pretty much a disaster.
Well, they forced that through on a Friday night with no Republican votes. I remember all that. But I remember
well, they also didn't use the filibuster. I think they broke the rules to do it.
I remember when he said change is coming to America. He's right. He was right.
Yeah.
Change is coming to America.
So, but that's one example of something I think was a wrong step in the wrong direction. There's a lot of people that benefit from Obamacare. There are. But there's more people without insurance now, because that was the whole thing. We have to insure everybody than there were before.
Yeah.
And the money it costs is absolutely staggering. You can pay $12,000 a year in premium, Diane, and that doesn't count your $5,000 deductible.
No, right. Actually, $7,000.
So what kind of insurance is that if you're making $65,000 a year?
Just such a dynamic speaker back then.
Well, he had wonderful timbre in his sound. Remember, he made the speech in 2004, and that was his launch for the 2008. There's no doubt. But I remember I had him on the radio as a senator. I said, Senator, you've been in office 100 days, and they're talking about you running for president. And he said, I'm just trying to find the bathroom around here.
Exactly.
Look, he was way more likable than Hillary.
Right.
Yeah. True. That's why I would.
And we were all getting behind it. I just felt like that was a wave of
we were all hoping for a
optimism
moderate, but the first move he'd said is gave it to Nancy Pelosi to figure it out. He didn't do it.
No, and he seemed moderate. You know, he seemed very reasonable. He was great, a great guy to have as a kind of a symbolic leader, but again, it was what he actually
did.
Ambassador.
And I'll never forget when I heard Michelle Obama say the first time she's ever been proud of our country was when Barack ran for president. I said, well, your brother has a high D1 head basketball coach. I mean, she wasn't proud of that moment. I mean, so that bothered me. I said, man, maybe Michelle's very, very left. But anyway, Brother Johnny in New Orleans, we appreciate you, and thank you so much for being on the radio and spending time with us from the big city.
Well, it's great to check into Central Illinois. And,
when are you coming? The people wonder when you're coming.
Right.
So. Well, I'll send you a picture, and you'll see from my hair. I got to get up there.
Kathleen cuts his hair.
I see.
He's the only one, so you got to get up here for the hair.
Well, we've got Unity's doing Sound of Music this weekend. I know my sister Mary Jean was Liesel, the one who had the love in the garden, and she was a teenager, and the parents didn't realize.
You are 16.
Yes,
going on
that
17.
one.
Yeah,
so it'll be at Polly Anderson Auditorium. So it's just fun to have all these spring musicals coming out, and this weekend hope to be a part of that. I know they inducted the Unity Hall of Fame and all of that yesterday with the Honor Society, and you Cachetarian brothers are part of that history. Go Rockets!
Well, I'll tell you, it's an honor, and I do remember the musicals, Diane. We had a good time.
Johnny had some great roles.
Oh, yeah.
Stevie Jay was the king and the king and I
know.
And Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof.
You were Harold Hill and Music Man, man. That was awesome. And Johnny can still do that.
Can you do a little Music Man for us, Johnny?
Johnny can do it. Well, you got Trouble Thing. He's really good at it.
Right here in River City. Why should I'm a Billy player? Certainly my 85 I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider it the hours I spend with the cue in my hand are gold, and horse in school had the key. Now, and so on and so forth.
That's been 50 years ago.
No, I can do the whole thing, believe it or not. I don't know how you keep something like that. Yeah. I can't tell you what I had for breakfast yesterday, but I can remember that.
That's right.
That's so good. All right, Johnny, have a great weekend.
Thanks, kid.
Thank you. That's Brother Johnny in New Orleans.
I think it's the time of our life. Our brain just remembers more in those late teenage, early 20 years.
We remember the 1970s more than we do this week.
Right.
It is interesting. Weather brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
And they remind you, home improvement projects this spring or getting a new door. You can assess your projects and see how you can fit in KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity, and a coolish spell of weather ahead for the weekend, but largely, if not completely, dry weather coming off the scattering of shower and thunderstorm activity. Yeah, got a little vigorous west and south of Champaign and Champaign County yesterday, late afternoon and into the evening hours. None of that foreseen anytime soon again. Partly sunny skies up to 58 this afternoon with a northwest breeze 12 to 24 and gusty. Considerable cloudiness for tonight down to 39. Northwesterly winds continue on, and another partly cloudy, cool day's worth of weather tomorrow. Northwesterly breezes, highs just to about 53 degrees. That's better than 10 below average. Some patchy frost late tomorrow night, low down to 36, and some patchy frost start the day off on Sunday, mostly sunny, 57. Will moderate to 65 on Monday, maybe a couple of showers around late Monday night and Tuesday at 64. Dry weather Wednesday, Thursday, good part of Friday, highs upper 50s Wednesday, low to mid 60s Thursday and Friday, and a chance for rain again late next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Greg Soltier.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com. Basketball star Luke Goody on why he chose Pacifica on Green as his place to live next year.
I chose this place because of the great management. Lisa does a great job and takes care of all the people that live here, regardless of who it is. The rooms are great. All the amenities are great as well, and it just feels like a family atmosphere around here.
Should other students tour at Pacifica on Green?
Whenever they can get in here, they need to because it's great to see, and it offers a lot of great things that other places don't.
Book a tour at pacificaongreen.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
All right, the price of dating. Stand by. We got the price of dating.
Oh, boy.
We'll do that next. We'll break for the news and come back. Our Stever offer is a free battery from Interstate Batteries, $150 voucher.
Excellent.
Go to Stever.com. Go Stever.com. You can enter to win. You get an email after 8 tonight if you're one of our winners.
Autism Network's Walk and Resource Fair tomorrow, 11:30 to 2:30. Join me at the Savoy Rec Center, Jet's Pizza, doing some free samples.
Awesome. We'll go to the news next. ESPN 93.5, 7:58.
You need the world's fastest mower to create your free time. With Dixie Chopper, what you got to look at is the warranties. Dixie Chopper, all of their models, you're getting a 3-year unlimited hours bumper-to-bumper warranty. That's on the whole thing. Then your commercial units, you get up to a 3-year no-hour limit or 5-year 3,000-hour limit on the drivetrain. So that'd be your engine, your 2 gearboxes, transmissions, and all that.
Well, that sounds pretty solid.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Things break, and even if it's built well like a Dixie Chopper, you need to have that covered, and you get what you pay for, basically.
And I can go see Andy and get on one of those things, couldn't I?
Yes, you can. You can go see Andy at Dedicated Diesel at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. You can reach him through Dedicated Equipment on Facebook or call him at 217-328-0562. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
You as well. Tim Onstadt, Yale Ferrex Trucking, dedicated diesel and championship barbecueologist.
Free tomato plants. For over 4 decades, we've been welcoming spring with free tomato plants from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Everyone is welcome to 2 free tomato plants at the return of this great First Federal and community tradition for the 42nd year. To get your 2 free super fantastic variety tomato plants Monday, May 6th, just come into our lobby at either First Federal location, 1311 South Neal Street, Champaign, or 301 West Springfield Avenue, Urbana. While supplies last, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We look forward to seeing you on May 6th. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
The U.S. knew Israel was going to launch a counterattack against Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Italy's foreign minister confirms that at a G7 meeting of nations. The U.S. was given advance notice. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says there was no American involvement, as he also condemned Iran for what prompted Israel's retaliation, last week's drone and missile attack.
The G7 statement makes clear that G7 countries will adopt additional sanctions or other measures in the days ahead.
The Israeli strike appears to be in central Iran, near an airbase, close to a nuclear facility, but Iranian media says the explosions heard was Iran air defense shooting down drones.
The nature of the strike last night was such that Iranian state TV downplayed its impact as punitive. Some officials denied it even happened at all. The reports there made no mention of Israel, and one Iranian official told Reuters that there was no plan for Iran to respond.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House in New York City. Those anti-Israel protests were broken up at Columbia University, where a Gaza solidarity encampment was removed. Police made more than 100 arrests. Some students have been suspended, including the daughter of Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Former President Trump has just arrived at court again in New York, where a jury has already been chosen for his first criminal trial. Fox's Eric Shawn reports from the courthouse.
By the end of the day, they hope to get the 5 remaining alternate jurors picked and seated, and that means they can kick off with opening statements in this trial on Monday. The jury does include one man who does follow the former president on Truth Social, but it also includes a woman who called him, quote, selfish and self-serving.
A new Fox News poll has the former president tied with President Biden in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin ahead of the rematch. There's a 6-point Trump lead in Georgia, and the poll says the former president has a 3-point edge in Michigan. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
When Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke, he was in Italy at a meeting with our G7 allies, where they are also drumming up more support for Ukraine, battling Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion.
Putin thinks that he can outweigh Ukraine and outweigh Ukraine's supporters. The message coming out of Capri is he can't.
Now, a bill to provide $61 billion in new U.S. military aid to Ukraine could be approved by the House this weekend. They'll consider separate bills for foreign aid to Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan.
With some Republicans pushing to kill a procedural vote known as the rule to keep it from even making it to the floor, Democrats are thinking about stepping in.
We want this to pass. We think it needs to pass, and we think it needs to pass now. And I believe you will see the support of efforts that accomplish that end.
Former House Democratic Majority Leader Steny Hoyer. The majority party traditionally is the only one to vote for a rule, even if members of the minority party support the bill. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
The Biden administration has finalized new rules today, revising Title IX education regulations to expand protection for women from discrimination to LGBTQ students. The changes do not include a provision originally planned that would have blocked schools from banning transgender athletes. There's an update on what caused 911 service outages in 4 states.
Workers installing a light pole in Missouri cut into a fiber line, knocking out 911 service for emergency agencies in Nebraska, Nevada, and South Dakota. The mistake was reported by the company that operates the fiber line Thursday. It was damaged Wednesday in Kansas City, Missouri, which wasn't impacted. Problems with 911 calls in a Texas city along the U.S. border with Mexico were unrelated. The outages created confusion for people trying to reach several communications agencies Wednesday night. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures down slightly ahead of today's trading. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A decades-old decision, a step closer to having an outcome in Champaign County. Wednesday, Savoy Board of Trustees approved an agreement giving the village more than $860,000 in county funds. They want to use the money to convert the train crossing at Curtis Road and Dunlap Avenue into a viaduct so cars can pass under the tracks. That means long waits for the trains could be over. Ramps to and from westbound I-74 at University Avenue and Route 150 in Urbana closed. Those closures necessary for a rehabilitation of the University Avenue ramp bridge over I-74. Project will reduce westbound I-74 to 1 lane. At the interchange, work expected to last until August. Illinois State Police reminding teens statewide to celebrate prom and the upcoming graduation season responsibly. Last year, the Department of Transportation reporting over 840 high school-age teens injured in crashes during the prom and graduation season between April 16th to May 31st. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. It is Friday morning, April 19. Let's check your weather, brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Free evaluation, call them at 217-352-0428. Boy, there were moments there, Mr. Greg, that I thought we were... I know there's all kinds of stuff on the radar, but it wasn't for Champaign-Urbana. But, boy, last night we had stuff blowing
Aiden wanted to sit on the porch, and it was so windy. And we heard a little bit of, like, the tree might crack kind of sound. And I'm like, let's go in.
Yeah, it was windy.
Yeah, that's what those thunderstorms will sometimes do for you. You may not get the direct hit of wind or I should say rain and hail and, those things called tornadoes, thank goodness. But you do come up some with the outflow boundary, the downdraft, the microburst, however you want to label it. And that's probably what was occurring on some of those storms that basically lined up on the corridor out of about Bloomington Normal, roughly the I-74 run, and then down to especially Lake Shelbyville, south end of McLean County to Shelby County. They take a pretty good hit with several reports of some large hail, wind gust in excess of 50 miles per hour. Experienced that here in southern Champaign County. And some pretty good drenching rainfall in some locales as well. Inch and a little shy of a quarter around the Bellflower area over far southeastern McLean County, just a little bit southwest of Gibson City and west of about Fisher. So a little bit of everything for everyone, but things do quiet down. We do cool down as well around here, and a pretty quiet weather pattern expected for next week. The following week, last week of April, boy, get ready for the return of summertime here into the early days of May as well in East Central Illinois. Out the door this morning, a little more typical April feel at 45 at Willard and Savoy, 43 here in Philo, 40 at Ogden St. Joe, 43 at Rantoul. Later on today, we'll top out only around 58. And the sunshine we have will fade a little bit with some scattered stratocumulus clouds and a partly cloudy midday and afternoon. Clouds will stick around tonight, 49. Partly cloudy tomorrow. Cool. Should be 65 this time of the year, just 53 tomorrow with a stiff northwest winds. Patchy frost tomorrow night in sheltered areas, low down to 36. A little patchy frost here Sunday morning, sunshine 57. 60s for a good part of next week. Nights in the upper 30s and 40s. Shower chances late Monday, early Tuesday, and towards next Friday as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, Meteorologist Greg Soldgate.
All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Happy to welcome to our program best-selling author, wellness coach, exercise specialist, nutritionist, author of Cracking the Love Code, Lessons Learned from Relationship Mishaps, mishaps after having many heartbreaking moments. Failed marriages, being scammed during her first attempt of online dating. Vita Newton, Benton, Texas. Vita, how are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great.
You had a great accent. I love it. We just love it.
We're from Texas.
Oh, I love it. All right, so back in the day, my wife and I have been married coming up 39 years. I used to be able to go to movie and pizza for $20. It's gone up.
Right.
So
yeah, things have changed a lot.
So what do we do this? Right. What do we do these days? I mean, to go to the park? What do you think?
Yeah.
What's it?
Just a meetup or?
No. You know, dating to me is like an investment. Men need to realize you're looking for your lifelong partner, right? So when you first come out of the chute with somebody, you need to put your best foot forward, right? First impressions. So you have to really plan a date, pick them up, and take them to somewhere nice. You don't have to spend a ton of money, but it is a lot more expensive. But you have to put the work in if you want a high-value woman.
Well, I mean, and you're talking about thinking. Guys, think out of the box a little bit, right? Be creative.
Yep.
Be creative, yes. You
Yeah.
want to take them on activity and have fun. Dating should be fun. You know, it shouldn't be a chore.
Yeah. So how are you? Are you good?
I'm good, yes. I wrote a book. I've had a lot of issues. I've had a lot of heartbreaks, and I thought I'd write a book about it, especially for women that need to learn their value. And if they learn their value, they're going to attract a high-value man.
Do you think there are a lot of high-value men available?
That's a good question. I do think there are a lot of high-value men available.
What would make a high-value man? Define that.
That they are chivalrous, that they're courteous, that they put the woman on a pedestal pretty much. Right?
Yep,
So that's how women, even though women are independent, they still like that. They still like to be treated that way. And you and I come from different generations, but, you know, it doesn't hurt for people to learn. The younger generation can learn how to treat a woman.
You are so sweet. I mean, I think Vita, I'm older than you, so don't even.
I
don't know about that, aren't I? I'm way older than Vita.
I would think so, but I really can't tell. I mean, it might be the fitness chapter of Vita's life. You're staying fit these days, too, as a wellness coach, right?
Yes. I'm 67, but yes, I've been in fitness my whole life. So
let me just say, we'd have been in high school together, okay? So we'd have been in the same hallways. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Anyway, it's great to have you and meet you. So I think these days faith is a big thing for me. I think that we are in a crazy world, and I think we're messed up without God, and the country's shoving God out, and that's what we're getting. So I think we need people of faith. I think have a real advantage.
And that's what my book is about. It talks about having God first, letting Him guide you and lead you, and learning your value from Him, from God. Learning you're valuable to Him, so you're going to be valuable to some other man, you know, that has high value also.
So wouldn't there be quality men at church? You'd hope so.
You'd think so, right? I'm kind of out of the dating loop right now. I kind of like, I don't know. I'm just kind of stepping back and finding my own self-worth. That's why I wrote the book, so I could find myself, learn my value, because I've had a lot of those that crawl out from under the rock, per se. But anyway, I've learned a lesson, so I wanted to teach everybody else what to do and what not to do.
Book is called Cracking the Love Code. Just wish we could hear you read it, because then you'd hear all the Southern Texas stuff. So.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You can have me anytime.
You ought to just read your book. Page 1, right?
Yeah.
Is your book,
call me anytime.
Is your book available everywhere?
It's on Amazon, yes.
Okay, all right. I hope you sell a whole bunch, but it's nice meeting you, Vita. Thanks for your time this morning.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you being on. Vita Newton is
Thinking about some of my dates that were really creative. For instance, there was a pilot, and I mentioned liking cheesecake. He was flying into New York, brought back a New York cheesecake for me.
Impressive.
And that was very early on. There was somebody who was a professor at the U of I that researched the 7 high points of Champaign County for different dates and doing picnics at those higher elevation points.
Do you know where the highest elevation in Champaign County?
I think it's Philo.
Right over here.
Yep. And that
you were on the top of that hill?
That's right.
That's where Johnny and I tried to fly a kite 2 miles.
And told me
on that hill.
Told me about the Stagecoach Lookout back in the day. When they were watching for, pilgrims to come in.
Everybody but Mike's a nerd. Everybody but your husband. So, yeah, nice try, guys.
There you go. Milwaukee's in St. Louis. Kyle Gibson on the mound for the Cardinals. Let's get your Redbird
The
recap.
Cardinals enjoyed an off day yesterday and are back at tonight, opening up a 6-game homestand and a weekend divisional series against the Brewers. Milwaukee is the first-place club in the NL Central right now, while the Cardinals are the only team in the division under 500 at 9-10. The Cardinals are just 3 games back of the Brewers as the clubs open up a 3-game series. Right-hander Kyle Gibson is scheduled to pitch the opener tonight. He enters with a 1-2 record. Milwaukee will oppose with right-hander Freddie Peralta. Miles Michaelis and Sonny Gray are scheduled to start the second trip, where they lost 2 of 3 in Arizona before taking 2 of 3 in Oakland, but fell short of a sweep when they lost the series finale on Wednesday by a 6-3 score. Tonight's game from Busch Stadium is scheduled for a 7:15 first pitch. That means pregame coverage gets underway at 6:20. For the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Matt Pauley.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
So the Cubs had some inclement weather, so that's going to be made up with a doubleheader on Saturday at 1:20 and 6:40 tomorrow over on US 105.9.
You know, the good old days when they had doubleheaders. Now you got to clear out, get a whole nother gate.
Yep.
And I think Ernie Banks, let's play 3.
Okay, there you go.
Come on.
Cubs in Miami today at 1:20 with Jamison Talion on the mound over on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox are in Philadelphia to play the Phillies with a 5:40 start. We'll also have Illinois baseball at 6 o'clock against Northwestern, joining a spring Super Saturday. We've also got the Illinois football game totally free and lots of 100th anniversary celebrations going on. There's even going to be a little bit of a tailgating scene from what I understand, but the orange and blue game is free and tomorrow at 1. If you'd like to enjoy that, get more details, fightingillini.com. And running back Dre Brown, the player and personnel director now or something like that.
He was at Notre Dame, and he's player personnel director coming back home to Illinois. So
I'm working on recruitment on all of that. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Dre and Lindsay are back. We're excited about them. They're terrific people. And very happy about all that.
And Illinois golf this weekend also, if you want to tap into that at the Old Stone Creek.
Remember how many times you said, I really like to see. Well, you can.
Yes.
So go out to the University of Illinois Golf Club.
Atkins.
The Atkins University. What is
I
the
don't
official
know
title?
No,
I'm not going on.
All right.
Look on. They deserve it.
Okay, well, it's going to take
University
me a second,
of Illinois,
but it's great to see Mike Small in action.
The Atkins Club at the University of Illinois.
That's it.
The Atkins Club, Atkins Golf Club.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This season, it's spring cleaning time. Busey wants you to spring clean your money. They encourage you to know what's going on. Maybe you look at the financial clutter in your life, evaluate, pay down some debt, review what a budget is, check your credit report, sign up for e-statements, paperless billing. Busey can do all billing. People can do that. I do so much off of my phone. Set up automatic bill pay. Manage your finances whenever you want, wherever you are with Busey's mobile and online services. They got the mobile app. They got the money manager. They got the Busey bill payment. See and pay all of your bills online. No more checks to write. No more postage to buy. Get started on. By the way, postage is going up again.
It is
70 cents, 72.
Is that right?
Something like.
Wow.
And I don't care because it's still cheaper
How
than
often
what I
do
can.
I mail something? Maybe twice a month.
And am I going to drive to the water company?
Right.
No. Get started on your spring cleaning today with the expertise and innovative products and services at Busey. Go to Busey.com for more resources or stop by one of their many convenient locations. Member FDIC. I've got a voucher for $150 to Interstate Batteries. I'm handing them out at GoStever.com. GoStever.com if you're interested. And if you want to join us for the Cardinal bus trip June 22nd, I got about 10 seats left. If you're interested, 217-359-2255. You can simply text in bus and we will send you all those details.
High Five Me tomorrow, Savoy Rec Center at CU Autism Network's Walk, 11:30 to 2:30 with Jet's Pizza samples.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Things a little on the active and roughed up side, severe weather side of the ledger. Yesterday, late afternoon and evening time, especially west towards McLean County and south of Champaign County, Lake Shelbyville area, but none of that expected around here for the weekend. Cool weather expected by and large, and a couple of smaller rain chances due in for early and late next week. No rain today, partly sunny skies develop 58 for the stiff northwesterly breeze. Cloudiness lingers tonight down to 39. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, cool, and 53. Average high this time of the year, by the way, at about 65. Northwest wind 12 to 22 and gusty. Frost patch tomorrow night late, low down to 36. And some patchy frost here early in the day Sunday, mostly sunny 57. We'll jump into the mid-60s Monday, Tuesday, late Monday into Tuesday. A couple of showers around, back to cooler weather with upper 50s and lower 60s Wednesday and Thursday. Another small chance of rain for late next week with temperatures, again, seasonal and lower mid-60s.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks are under pressure after mixed earnings news and Israel's limited strike against Iran. Oil prices jumped overnight before settling. Procter & Gamble, the maker of Tide, Pampers, and many other products, reported better than expected earnings as sales rose, but not as much as Wall Street was predicting. American Express profit and revenue rose. It also signed up more new cardholders, though that stock is losing ground. French cosmetics company L'Oreal is reporting demand for its products improved in recent months, particularly in Europe and North America. Paramount Global shares are rallying. The New York Times says Sony's movie studio is in talks with investment firm Apollo Global Management about joining a bid for Paramount. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Beautiful sunshine emanating, windy conditions, and cooler skies. It would be so nice if there would be some sort of carnival I could attend tomorrow.
Okay.
I just don't know if I can find one. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a pastor. She's a worship leader. She's the one been singing the national anthem 4th of July for our city celebrations for years.
Champaign County Freedom Celebration.
Yeah, she's, we're giving her the year off this year for a vacation, but it's Crystal McCullough. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you so much, Stevie. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. I hope you, and I keep seeing your kids on Facebook, and I'm going, I thought they were 8. What the?
I know, right? Yeah.
I mean, your son's going to play golf, right? I mean,
he is.
Caleb's really good.
University of Dubuque. Yep, headed there to study aviation. Wants to be a commercial pilot, but is going to play collegiate golf, and that's always been a dream of his. So we're excited to support him.
Congratulations on that. That's so exciting. All right, so what do you got at the carnival? You got that tomorrow, right?
We do at Meadowbrook Community Church. We are having our spring carnival. And, we planned it this year for later in April with the hopes that it would be a nice, warm, sunny day. We're going to get the sun.
Yeah.
Right. But, it's going to be a little chilly, but it's going to be a great time. We'll be outdoors as long as it's not raining, but we will have it rain or shine. So if by chance it does rain, we have a plan for that. A ton of carnival games, inflatables. We have an illusionist that's going to be there, too. He's going to be putting on 3 shows during that 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. time frame. Food trucks, candy, you name it, we've got it.
All right, it's sunny and 54 is what I'm showing.
Yeah, it's going to be
nice. Yeah, really nice. So, and you're inviting families with kids, and it's free.
It is absolutely free, yes. Now, the food trucks, of course, if you want to go and enjoy some of those, like Kona Ice and Tom's Traveling Coffee, those would be an additional cost. Trying to think of the parents, get some coffee in that morning. But everything is entirely free. The Illusionist, we even have a giveaway for a Nintendo Switch. So when you get here, you want to make sure you get your kids registered because that is their entry for that giveaway.
Okay.
And why are you doing this? You don't have to do that, but you're just reaching out to the community and saying, here we are, and we welcome you, right?
We are. One of our visions has always been to be a part of the community. We here at Meadowbrook love Champaign-Urbana. We want to share the love of Jesus with those that are in the community. Specifically, this carnival is geared towards young families, people who have kids that just want to have a fun event, something that's safe for them, but something that's entirely just a ton of fun to do with games and balloon animals. But the Illusionist especially is going to actually give the gospel message as well. He is fantastic. I've seen him do his routine before. Wonderful, wonderful person. He himself has been involved in children's ministry for years. So you're going to get a high-quality Illusionist act when you come as well.
Fun. Okay, what's the time tomorrow?
It starts at 10 a.m. and will be open until 1 p.m.
10 to 1.
The address for Meadowbrook?
1902 South Duncan Road in Champaign.
Something to do that's safe and free and fun, and they'll love it. I really appreciate that, Crystal. Thank you so much. Congratulations on being a pastor, too. That's awesome.
Well, thank you.
It takes a lot of work with your busy family. Come on.
And we talked about your family, but we also love Joe at the University of Illinois and the police. So
I know, isn't he fantastic?
He is.
I am so blessed to be married to such a wonderful man, and he is excellent at his job. Just knows how to work with people, knows how to build people up, knows how to just raise up great leaders. So, I couldn't be more proud of my
How did you guys meet, Crystal?
So we actually met way back in the day at Northern Illinois University in DeKalb. We were a part of InterVarsity on the worship team together. So,
Awesome. Well, have you done a ride-along with him?
I have done a couple. Yes, I have. I think the most eye-opening one I had was when we first moved to campus, and he's like, "Hey, you need to come and do it was the bar crawl at the time, the senior whatever it was," and that was shocking to me. So, but it was a different world, that's for sure. But I've seen him in action, and he's fantastic.
Well, he's one of the rare men in our world that can multitask. Because
Yes.
when Janet's doing 15 things at once and asks me to get the salt, I have to reconfirm. You want me to get the salt clear? And Joe's sitting there on, talking to his wrist, talking to the thing, talking to this and this, and looking. And I'm looking out, going, "That moon is pretty, man. Look at that thing."
It is nice when you do a ride along at night.
It's remarkable to watch him work, and Joe is remarkable. I've been with him a few times as well, and it's just really. Hey, what you doing? That's what Joe said. Hey, what are you doing? Anyway, Crystal, appreciate your time. Hope the carnival 10 to 1 Meadowbrook tomorrow. Wear your coat, but enjoy a free event that's going to be fun for the kids.
Love it.
It is going to be so much fun. Thank you once again, Stevie Jay and Diane. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you, Crystal McCullough, Meadowbrook Church, outstanding human and great family and great church.
Yeah.
And Ron Strack
I believe meadow.org for details.
I think that's right. Ron Strack has been unbelievable for how many years now? And the guy, if you know Ron Strack, he looks the same.
Right.
He's been at that thing for 40 plus.
You're right.
And he looks the same.
He looks the same. Looking good.
You can find he and his lovely bride at the Y because they exercise all the time.
That's the key. Keep moving.
He looks 40.
Well, and Kent Hollis, too, has been involved with Meadow forever.
Let's talk about another great family.
Right.
The Hollis family.
Absolutely.
I mean, man.
With Nathan playing, I believe, clarinet, and Summers doing such great things in theater in college. And, she interviewed us recently about ethics in the media. And that was a tricky conversation because there are some situations in the media where you have to be of higher moral character and make some tough decisions, even if it means turning down some money.
Yep. Not easy. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll break. We'll come back. Final half hour of the weekend. If you want to text in, you're always welcome. 217-359-2255. We have a free car, truck, or van battery or a $150 voucher. You can buy a lot of AA batteries for $150. But we're essentially working with your vehicle here. But you can enter at GoStever.com. GoStever.com. We're looking for people that have never won this before. And it's available now online at GoStever.com. The news is next. It is 8:29.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
Tired of trying to keep up with Old Man Jones and his perfect lawn? Spring Green knows that we can't all spend hours a day creating that perfect shade of green, killing off all that crabgrass, and making sure every insect in the neighborhood doesn't call your lawn home this year. At Spring Green, they take the hassle out of your lawn headache with services such as lawn fertilization, weed control, grub and insect control, lime treatments, and even bush and tree care. Let the experts at Spring Green help you this season. For more information, visit them at spring-green.com. Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Court's back in session for former President Trump's criminal trial in New York.
New York is going down as a very corrupt place to do business.
Trump heading into court this morning. 12 jurors and one alternate are seated so far.
This morning, they hope to get this finished to pick the final 5 alternates in this trial in order to kick off the opening statements on Monday. The alternates, of course, are used during the trial in case one of the regular jurors drops out for some reason.
Fox's Eric Shawn in New York. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. was not involved in an Israeli military strike inside Iran, a limited strike targeting an air base, retaliation for Iran's drone and missile strike last weekend.
The G7 condemned the unprecedented Iranian attack on Israel. Unprecedented in scope and scale.
Secretary Blinken at a meeting of G7 allies in Italy saying the alliance is committed to de-escalation in the region. America's listening to Fox News.
Local news. Former substitute teacher at Decatur Public Schools accused of having inappropriate relations with a minor, Allie Bardfield, charged with criminal sexual assault of a child. She was arrested after the victim's mother reporting the incident to police. Records say Bardfield and the minor exchanging text messages after the child spent the night at her former Mount Zion home in March 29. Illinois lawmakers are advancing a plan designed to improve network adequacy standards for health insurance companies. State reps passing a measure that will require insurance companies to notify patients of the anticipated date healthcare providers leave their network. Legislation also calls on insurers to provide contact information for patients to dispute inaccurate charges. Decades-old decision, one step closer to having an outcome in Champaign County. Wednesday, Savoy Board of Trustees approved an agreement giving the village more than $860,000 in county funds. Village officials want to use the money to convert the train crossing at Curtis Road and Dunlap Avenue into a viaduct so cars can pass under the tracks. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity, and a coolish spell of weather ahead for the weekend, but largely, if not completely, dry weather coming off the scattering of shower and thunderstorm activity. Yeah, got a little vigorous west and south of Champaign and Champaign County yesterday, late afternoon and into the evening hours. None of that foreseen anytime soon again. Partly sunny skies up to 58 this afternoon with a northwest breeze 12 to 24 and gusty. Considerable cloudiness for tonight down to 39. Northwesterly winds continue on. And another partly cloudy, cool day's worth of weather tomorrow. Northwesterly breezes, highs just to about 53 degrees. That's better than 10 below average. Some patchy frost late tomorrow night, low down to 36. And some patchy frost start the day off on Sunday, mostly sunny, 57. Will moderate to 65 on Monday. Maybe a couple of showers around late Monday night and Tuesday at 64. Dry weather Wednesday, Thursday, good part of Friday. Highs upper 50s Wednesday, low to mid 60s Thursday and Friday, and a chance for rain again late next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting at Edelchus, Greg Solke.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie Jay. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
All right, so we talked about a possibility of Brad hiring Orlando Antigua. That's out there. Have no idea if it's true, but it has been rumored that Orlando is not going to Arkansas with John Calipari. He's not staying at Kentucky. Would we hire him back? The answer should be yes. He's a terrific coach. He's 50 years old now, but he was here at the start of Brad Underwood at Illinois and recruited Kofi Coburn, Andres Felice, and Andre Curbelo.
Yeah.
And so he has connections all over the place, and he probably has a few in the Kentucky pipeline. There's a player called Boogie Flan, Janelle Bland. He's number 18 in the United States in the class of 24.
Okay.
He's opened up his recruiting. He's not staying at Kentucky. He says starting from ground one, and I've tons of video on him. They almost did like a reality show at him at high school. And he's just an affable, wonderful speaker and can play.
Well, and I want to say I saw that he was one of 85 players on the Junior Olympic team, and he has a USA shirt on the video that I saw. So.
Well, if you're going to add Kylan Boswell and you got a guy like that, he's clearly one and done. He is that level of player.
I see.
Number one guy in New York. I mean, he's fantastic. And to see his moves and quickness and his shooting and his driving to the basket, it's like, why not the NBA? Maybe 1 year?
Right.
Maybe?
Well, I know in the drive was kicking around our NIL, name, image, likeness conversation, and to get some maybe local people or people with U of I ties to kind of start coughing up some money in that Icon account and really ensuring that we can lock in deals with some of these recruits.
I mean, but to what extent? I mean, how high does this go? I mean, do we want to pay every player $1 million?
Right.
Again, I think it's a really bad idea to give a 17-year-old a lot of money. I do.
And would it inhibit their play? I mean, are they getting the ball passed to them enough? And, this person has more money than this person, so they should see more playing time. It just makes things so complicated.
I mean, it's what, I thought they were going to get some percentage of whatever's on jerseys they sold. It's gone a little further past that. So
it sure is.
And it's you can say student athlete, but in reality, is it not just free agency?
Yeah, or pretty much
and I think
semi-pro.
Did Illinois pass something yesterday that essentially allows high school kids now to switch schools? They have to live in the district, but you can.
Well, in the NCAA, it's like unlimited transfers.
Well, now
something
they've taken out all the transfer rules. No sitting out a year ever. So it's a swinging door. It's kind of what it's been.
It's the Wild West.
But you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. So money talks. And so you do have, if you're going to play, you to get the better players, is the guy going to go to Michigan State because Tom Izzo's a great guy, but he's not getting NIL, or is he going to take $800,000 from Missouri?
Right.
Mm-hmm. By the way, AJ Storr who was the wing we were kind of looking for.
Okay.
He's chosen Kansas.
Okay. Well, his girlfriend transferred to Kansas.
As a basketball player. But I think he was asking for $1 million.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
And listen, I'm glad he's out of the Big Ten. If he's not going to play for me, I'm glad he's out of the Big Ten.
Exactly.
But he had this thing where he would make an inexplicable play where you're going, what was that? That kind of thing?
Kind of the Michael Jordan moves underneath.
No, it was just bad shooting, bad judgment.
Oh.
He'd make a.
I thought you meant ability to stretch and be flexible.
He has a lot of that, but he makes bad decisions.
I see.
And maybe you can coach that out of a guy. But anyway, he's a terrific athlete and really good player. So we'll see. We have 4 in the portal that have transferred. I wouldn't be shocked if it's 5 or 6 by the time this is done. So, and, Marcus Damask is still out there. He's going to try. And he has lawyers, so maybe he's going to sue the NCAA if he's turned down. So we're playing for that. Paul has just texted this in. I wanted to get this immediate attention.
Okay.
Here's a new commercial somebody made regarding student loans and you paying for these loans.
I spend more time working on these cars than with my own family.
I spend my days digging holes, cutting grass, and sweating.
This is job number 2 today. So my customers aren't the only ones drinking coffee.
I'm breaking my back out here for one reason.
I want to pay off some other guy's debt.
Biden's plan to pay other people's college loans using my tax dollars is a great idea.
Biden's right. You should take my tax dollars to pay off your debts. My family will figure out how to get by with less. What's most important is we spare college graduates from any extra stress.
Want to be a struggling artist? College is on me.
My kids don't need fancy things like school supplies or new shoes.
I work for you, theater major.
This shift is for you, business major. Go buy yourself that new car.
Enjoy your free ride. College is on me.
Tell Congress, stop Biden's bailout for rich kids.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense, does it? If you borrowed it, you're kind of responsible for it.
Right.
And for those that say, wait a minute, I worked 3 jobs and I paid mine off.
Right.
And do I get that back? I mean, does that make any sense at all?
There's got to be a different way to look at this. Maybe for the student to actually go to the source where they got the loan and do some kind of government application to get a break, or...
Well, somebody's going to pay for it.
Right.
You own the money. The money is gone.
I don't know.
It's your debt. You signed up for it, right? You thought you were going to get paid more, but you didn't.
Right.
So I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either.
Because is it okay if I come to your house every Thursday and get $200 on this to help? Diane?
No.
Okay, me neither. Just checking. I mean, yeah, we have enough.
I never got a break ever, so
we got a lot of things to pay for ourselves.
Yes.
So Paul, thank you for texting that in. One more check of sports and weather before we get out of here. 217-359-2255 on the text line, the Fisher National Bank text line. You want to text me? Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. He's part of the law firm football star Keith Randolph on why he chose to live at Pacifica on Green.
One, it's close to everything. They have the best landlord in Champaign. Well, she's like the mother of the apartment building. It's really nice. It's brand new, nicely furnished. Everything's just nice. At least check it out. The rents are very reasonable. There's a lot of additions into it. There's a game room, coffee room, yoga room. It's everything you want.
Visit PacificaOnGreen.com.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
They got the best boot. Pards has the #1 boot selection in the state of Illinois in stock.
Mm-hmm.
It's not this order and hope it fits thing. I mean, you go in and you try on the boot. It is a fantastic store. Pards
Absolutely.
Western shop between Maine and University. The car wash kind of hiding the facade, but otherwise, it's a great place. Angie and Mark, wonderful people.
Love it. Smells the leather when you walk in.
Because we're on the cutting edge of culture, pop culture.
Yes.
This is Taylor Swift's Fortnite. Dropped at 2 a.m. Diane was up all night listening.
I was, because I'm just such a Swiftie. Giving the Night Owls bonus when she dropped the secret second part of the Tortured Poets Department and had teased this mysterious 2 a.m. countdown ahead of the midnight release. But it was worth the wait, says the Swifties, and this collection was extended by additional 15 songs. I had lots of posts on social media in my thread talking about, should we let our daughters stay up tonight and then they'll be a little groggy at school tomorrow? But this particular song, Post Malone, is a contributor.
Everybody knows who Post Malone is, but go ahead and explain to people that don't, like me.
Well, he has tattoos all over his face.
Yeah, but was he a pop artist?
He is.
Okay.
And actually toured with Justin Bieber early on in his career. And for Gabby's graduation in 2016, I gave her front row tickets to Justin Bieber.
Wow.
And she actually talked with Post Malone because he looked at Gabby and said, "Hey, looking good." And Gabby was right next to Justin Bieber's choreographer, and she asked for a selfie, and the choreographer was like, "Well, I'm kind of working right now."
Yeah, right, that's true. Yeah.
But it was awesome to tap into that seat so close to the show when I saw some availability and locked it in for her.
That's awfully nice.
She sat alone. We sat in obstructed view with Anna and I.
8:45. There's your Fortnite. And why would you drop it at 2 a.m. though?
Right. And maybe Friday into Saturday because she knows they're, meat and potatoes as really younger girls who are going to be groggy all day today. Thanks a lot, Taylor.
All right, we check a quick sports headline here. It's 8:45.
We could pivot to that. We are your home for the St. Louis Cardinals. We've got our bus trip to Busch, by the way. June 22nd. Need more details on that Saturday game against San Francisco with a 1:15 start. It's essentially a 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. experience with us out of First Christian Church right off of I-57.
More like 9 to 7.
Okay.
I think 9 is when
like
we
it.
leave, and hopefully 7-ish.
Yeah. With the 1:15
1:15, 2:15, 3.
Because they say with the pitch clock, it's 2 hours, 22 minutes on these games.
You know what? It is, and there's some people actually complaining that I'm there less than 2 hours.
Right.
I'm not complaining.
If you're paying, 50,
I know, I get it.
$75.
But they know that the young person is bored. They got to keep the game going.
That's right.
That's the reason they did it.
Tighten it up.
Yep.
And so, bus 359-2255 if you need more details on that. So, St. Louis Cardinals in Busch Stadium to face Milwaukee with a 7:15 start. We had inclement weather for the Cubs-Miami series, so they'll make it up with a doubleheader tomorrow with a 1:26:40 start. But today it's 1:20 with Jamison Talion on the mound for the Cubs, and you can hear it over on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox had the day off yesterday, too. They'll start up a series in Philadelphia with a 5:40 start. It is Super Spring Saturday with all kinds of sports to tap into. We've got the Atkins Golf Club at the University of Illinois hosting the golf tournament. We've also got the men baseball team taking on Northwestern. Series starting at 6 o'clock on Food Truck Friday if you want to tap into a game and some food trucks tonight. And then tomorrow is the Orange and Blue scrimmage. That's a 1 o'clock start. That's totally free. Welcome aboard, Dre Brown, former running back, was working with recruitment at Notre Dame, has a great record, and of course part of the family. And player and personnel role will be perfect for Dre Brown. Welcome aboard. We were also hitting the fact that Orlando Antigua could be joining this staff.
The rumor is
We're
out.
looking
We
at
have
it.
absolutely no facts, but the rumor is out there.
Oh, by the way, the Bulls have a playing game at 6 o'clock today for that 8th seed. They'll be facing the Miami Heat, Sacramento, and the New Orleans Pelicans. Forgot to mention that when Johnny was on an hour ago. That's an 8:30 game tonight. Of course, watching all these games is more fun when you're at Pia's Sports Bar at 1609 West Springfield Avenue, Texas Motor Speedway for the Sunday racing. That's Sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Summertime is just around the corner. Sign up now for summer camps at the Urbana Park District. We have camps for all interests. Sign up for sports camp ages 6 through 12, preschool arts camp ages 3 through 5, and Camp Fresh, teens ages 12 through 15. Sign up now for a special discount. Register online at urbanaparks.org/register or call 217-365-1544. Urbana Park District, you belong here.
Does your bank keep reward programs out of reach? While some banks save rewards for a select few, Fisher National Bank offers free rewards checking to everyone for doing what you're likely doing already. Make 12 debit card purchases, receive statements electronically, and have one direct deposit a month. It's that easy. Rewards checking requires no minimum balance, offers ATM fee refunds, and there's delivering that excellent annual percentage yield. Learn more at FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional people, exceptional communities. Member FDIC.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Florida. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Things a little on the active and roughed up side, severe weather side of the ledger. Yesterday, late afternoon and evening time, especially west towards McLean County and south of Champaign County, Lake Shelbyville area, but none of that expected around here for the weekend. Cool weather expected by and large, and a couple of smaller rain chances due in for early and late next week. No rain today. Partly sunny skies develop 58 with a stiff northwesterly breeze. Cloudiness lingers tonight down to 39. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, cool, and 53. Average high this time of the year, by the way, at about 65. Northwest wind 12 to 22 and gusty. Frost patch tomorrow night late, low down to 36. And some patchy frost here early in the day Sunday, mostly sunny 57. We'll jump into the mid-60s Monday, Tuesday, late Monday into Tuesday. A couple of showers around, back to cooler weather with upper 50s and lower 60s Wednesday and Thursday. Another small chance of rain for late next week with temperatures, again, seasonal and lower mid-60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Greg Solier.
Basketball star Luke Goody on why he chose Pacifica on Green as his place to live next year.
I chose this place because of the great management. Lisa does a great job and takes care of all the people that live here, regardless of who it is. The rooms are great. All the amenities are great as well, and it just feels like a family atmosphere around here.
Should other students tour at Pacifica on Green?
Whenever they can get in here, they need to, because it's great to see, and it offers a lot of great things other places don't.
Book a tour at pacificaongreen.com.
What is most important in your life? This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that can help clients like you realize your goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Pia's is open. Catch all of your favorite MLB games on their big screens. Root on your favorite team wearing your Cubby Blue or your Cardinal Red. 1609 West Springfield in Champaign. Pia's offers not only a huge outdoor seating area, but indoor seating as well. Enjoy daily specials. It's the home of the Slugger Burger with buckets of beer and wings. Experience food, drinks, and fun at one of Champaign's best sports bars near Springfield and Madison, Champaign. Open 7 days a week. It's Pia's.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
So if you borrow too much on your student loans and you signed up for it, unfortunately, it's your debt. If you bought a house that's too big and the mortgage is too much, and you want your neighbor to kind of kick in, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
Well, every time you explain it in a different way, whereas when we're brainstorming, I'm trying to think of ways to help the college student pay down their debt.
I think
lemonade stand over the weekend.
There you go. But you're talking about working. You're
Yes.
talking about doing it yourself because you took it on
That's
as opposed
right.
to bail me out. And then I saw one father come up to the politician and say, I worked 2 jobs to put her through. Don't I get that back? He's right.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's we're in a crazy time.
Yes, we are.
All right. We are done with our crazy time segments.
See you, Autism Network, tomorrow with the Walk and Resource Fair. Thank you again to Jet's Pizza for stepping up. Pat Snack, her son Don. It was a great experience at the gala meeting Dr. Temple Grandin on Wednesday night. So, hope to see you tomorrow at Savoy Rec Center.
It's Pat Snack and Don. I mean, that's great people and great pizza.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
All right. I'm Stevie Jay. That's Diane Ducey. Thanks for listening. Have a blessed weekend. From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information, including repair quotes and online scheduling requests, available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Next week on an all-new Law and Order. Order! We convene here for case 217, Spring Green versus Weeds. Spring Green, the floor is yours. The weeds are infectious. The weeds steal the beauty from your lawn. We offer personalized lawn care, a mid-season checkup, and a simple and transparent process. Just click on to spring-green.com for a quote. Okay, Spring Green wins. Weeds, you're out. That's spring-green.com.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So you live in the country or a rural area, but you struggle with internet, right? Well, not anymore. MF Wireless is your premier rural high-speed internet provider. Macomber Farms Wireless is a local internet provider. It started in Camargo. Their focus, providing you reliable, high-speed internet with friendly and fast customer service. Just go to MF, as in Macomber Farms, mfwireless.com. Check for coverage. mfwireless.com.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions here to tell you today, hey, we've got solutions for you. Do you have gurgling toilets, slow drains? Have you been told that you have to jackhammer and mess up your entire house and property just to fix a pipe? Have you been told your sewer lines failed, your drain lines don't work? Call us today, have our expert drain cleaning team come out, run your lines, camera them, locate, and we can offer you a solution today. Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance. A new front door can instantly upgrade the look of your home and make it more energy efficient. The Kramer Siding and Window team can also install French doors to your deck or patio, welcoming the outside in, or storm doors for an extra layer of protection against the elements. The estimate is free, financing is available, and the business is local. Schedule your beautiful new door today and save 25%. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Coming Saturday, June 22nd, it's the Cardinal Bus Trip, brought to you by Route 66 Solar. Yes, join us for a beautiful day in St. Louis as we take on the San Francisco Giants. For information about our suite and all the beverages and food that are included, and a wonderful motor coach from Timmy Tours, simply text in BUS to 217-359-2255. Join us Saturday, June 22nd for the annual Cardinal Bus Trip from ESPN 93.5.
Body and Soul has everything you need to get ready for the Christie Clinic Illinois Marathon. Thursday, April 25th, it's the Green Street Mile. Friday is the 5K, and the marathon is back on the 27th. Get the personalized service you need. Your official Christie Clinic Illinois Marathon merchandise sponsor is Body and Soul. Personalized service. Body and Soul take care of you with all the gear and making sure the shoes are just right. 1317 North Dunlap Avenue in Savoy. Visit bodyandsoulsports.com.